Okay, guys, it's Teacher Anya, and we're going to do our next lesson, and we're going to talk about we're going to get rid of this thing. We're going to draw all over the thing. Hold on, let's erase this. Okay, and let's click on let's try to get rid of this thing. Hang on just a second. All right, I think we fixed it. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about why this school year will be the best. Okay, so why is this school year going to be the best? Are we going to do lots of fun things? Are we going to learn lots of new things? We need to understand this story. So we need to think about, how is this school year going to be the best school year ever? So the first thing I want to ask you is, has your school year been really, really good so far, or really, really bad? I bet really, really good, right? And you just had spring festival break. So you probably saw your family and had lots of fun and took a rest from school. So you're probably ready to keep learning and to keep learning English. So we know that this school year will be the best because that's our story. So we're going to go ahead and see why. So let's look at some of these pictures here. So it looks like there's a bunch of different things going on here. So let's look at our first picture here. And why do you think that we might think that this would make our school year really fun? Do you think you would want to dress up as an apple? Yeah, it's fun, right? So we may want to dress up as an apple because it's really, really fun. And we can be in a school play together. So that might be really fun, okay? Or maybe the dog will eat our homework and we'll have to tell our teacher that we can't turn in our homework because our dog ate it. Uh-oh, our pet ate our homework. That's a really bad thing, okay? Or it might be our birthday and we might get to celebrate it with all of our friends at school. So that might be super, super fun for us. What else might be a good school year? Let's look here. We might get to play with our friends all the time. So that would make our school year really, really fun if we got to hang out and play with our friends. Okay, and maybe we'll get to make some video of our school play. So remember, we might get to be in the play, right? We might get to dress up as an apple, or we might get to take pictures of the play. So there's lots of ways for us to do things at school to make our school year really fun. There's lots of ways for us to participate in activities that make our school year super fun. Okay, so let's keep reading. All right. So our story is by this woman, Kay Winters. Okay, Kay Winters is our author. Okay, and remember, author is the person who wrote the story. And our title is, This School Year Will Be the Best, okay? And we have a bunch of crayons. Okay, so our story is illustrated by Renee Andriani. So illustrated means that Renee is a girl's name typically, she drew all of the pictures in our story, okay? So she's the illustrator. She draws all of the pictures for our story, okay? So let's keep reading. Okay, let's read who this book is for, okay? To Linda Digger, teacher, and Eileen Wissell, principal. Oh, so this book was written for a teacher, and a principal, okay, who know how to make each school year the best. Okay, so why are this teacher and this principal so special? Why are they special? Yeah, because they know how to make the school year the best, right? So without them, her school year would have been really, really boring, okay? Who else is this for? To all the terrific means really, really good. Okay, so to all the terrific teachers and students at Cornith Elementary School in Prairie Village, Kansas. Okay, Kansas is a state in the United States. So if the United States is a very big country, Kansas is right in the middle of the United States. Okay, so our illustrator, the person who drew all the pictures in the book, She wants this story to be dedicated to, so she wants it to be for all of the terrific teachers and students at this school in Kansas. Okay, so let's see what happens. What are these kids doing? Yeah, they're studying. Awesome, very good. Okay, do they look happy or sad? I think they look really, really happy. They're probably very interested in what they're writing about. So maybe they're studying English or history. We don't know what they're studying, okay? So let's keep reading and we'll find out. Okay, what does this say? Today was the first day of school, okay? So today was her first day of school, all right? So let's see what happened to her on her first day of school. Okay, so today was the first day of school. We went to the rug and sat in a circle. Our teacher asked, "What do you hope will happen this year?" We each shared a wish. I went first, okay? So the teacher puts them on the rug. A rug is like a very small carpet, okay? So let's look at this picture. So we can see the rug here. It has pink stripes and white stripes. So this is a rug. And all the kids are sitting in a big circle. Do you sit like this at school? Yeah, when teacher Anya was very small, she used to sit like this at school. So all the kids are sitting. And what does the teacher ask them to do? Let's read this one more time, okay? We went to the rug and sat in a circle. Our teacher asked, "What do you hope will happen this year?" We each shared a wish. I went first, okay? So our story, our protagonist is a big fancy English word, and that just means the main character of the story, okay? So our main character, she goes first. So what do you think she wishes for the school year? Do you think maybe she wishes for her homework to be really easy? Yeah, right? Or maybe she wishes to play with her friends a lot? Yeah, so we don't know. We don't know what she wishes for. Let's find out, okay? Wow, that's a big chair. Did you think she was going to wish for a big chair? Me either, okay? Is this chair on a bus? Yeah, it is. So let's see what she wants to see. I hope I get the best seat on the bus. Okay, let's read it one more time. I hope I get the best seat on the bus. Okay, best means the most fancy or the very, very highest quality. Okay, the fanciest one you can get. So she wants the best seat on the bus. Okay, what else does she want? All right, so this year, I hope I'll remember my homework, okay? So let's read this one more time together. Ready? This year, I hope I'll remember my homework, okay? So what's happening to this boy and his homework? Do you think he's remembering his homework? No, the dog is eating his homework. In the United States, when we forget our homework, it's very, very traditional for kids to tell their teacher that the dog ate their homework. So that's kind of the joke here. The dog doesn't really eat your homework. It's just a way of saying that you forgot your homework, okay? So when you're a kid, you tell your teacher, "Oh, the dog ate my homework. I can't turn it in," okay? And that means that you forgot your homework. So the dog is eating his homework, okay? So what do you say in China when you forget your homework at school, at home? Do you say something interesting? Do you say that your parents forgot to pack it for you? Or do you say that the dog ate it or the cat ate it? I don't know what you say. So that's something interesting to think about. Okay. So far she wants the best seat on the bus, and she wants not to forget her homework at home. Okay. What's she doing? She's looking at a picture. She looks very fancy in this picture. She looks like a princess, right? She's wearing a tiara. A tiara is a very small crown. Okay. And she's wearing these fancy glasses and she has lipstick on. So let's see what she wants here. I'll look good in my school picture, okay? So in the United States, I don't know if this is true in China, but in the United States at school, usually on the first or second day of school every year, you take a picture and then your parents get it. So they know what you look like every year as you get bigger and bigger and bigger. So she wants to look good in her school pictures, okay? Do you think she looks nice in her picture? Does she look like a princess? Yeah, maybe so. So she wants to look really, really good in her pictures, right? Okay, so let's read this again together. I'll look good in my school picture. Good job. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's read what it says on the chalkboard. Today, Joe's pet cuddles. Okay, so today we're going to look at Joe's pet, whose name is Cuddles. And what is Cuddles? Cuddles is a huge snake, okay? So cuddles in English is a slang word for hugging someone, okay? So if someone cuddles you, they're holding you very, very tight and they're hugging you. So this snake, his name is Cuddles. So do you think that that's a good name for a snake? Why? Because snakes, maybe they wrap around you and they hold you really tight, okay? So it's not a very good cuddle. All right, but that's definitely a kind of cuddling. All right, I'll bring my pet snake for show and tell, okay? In English, we call this show and tell, and this is very common for students in the United States to bring something to their classroom to show their classmates. And usually once a week, you have show and tell. So you show what you bring, okay? It could be something very special to you. Sometimes it can be a pet. Sometimes it can just be something like a book or something that you really, really love. So you show it to everyone and then you talk about it, okay? So they're bringing their pet snake Cuddles to show and tell. So they're going to show Cuddles. They're going to show him so we can see him. And then we're going to talk about what Cuddles does and how he is and what kind of a snake he is, okay? So I'll bring my pet snake, Cuddles, for show and tell, okay? All right. Do her classmates look happy or scared? I think they look really, really scared, okay? Good. All right. Whoa, that's like a chocolate water fountain, right? That looks super awesome. Okay. We'll have a chocolate fountain at lunch. Whoa. Do you think you'd want a chocolate fountain at your school for lunch where you could drink chocolate? That would be so cool, right? So we'll have a chocolate fountain. This is a fountain, okay? So a fountain is anything that water comes out of. So in English, we would call this a water fountain, but today it has chocolate coming out of it. So we're going to call it a chocolate fountain, okay? So we'd have a chocolate fountain at lunchtime, okay? Do these kids look happy or sad to be drinking chocolate? Yeah, they look really happy, right? So we're going to drink our chocolate from the chocolate water fountain, okay? So let's read this again together. We'll have a chocolate fountain at lunch. Yum. Okay. This year, I'll kick the ball into the right goal, okay? So when we're playing soccer, we have two goals. So depending on what team we're on, we have to kick the ball into the right goal, because if we kick the ball into the wrong goal, we could score a point for the other team, and that would be super bad, right? So we have to kick the ball into the right goal, okay? So last year she made a mistake. She kicked the ball into the wrong goal and she got a point for the yellow team. So this year she's going to kick the ball into the right goal and get a point for her own team, okay? All right. So there it is. She kicks the ball and it goes into the right goal and she gets a point against the yellow team. Okay, so she wins. She helps win the game for the blue team. Okay. All right, here's another fountain. It's coming out of a hose. Okay, and what does this say on the truck? fire prevention. Prevention means to stop something from happening, okay? So you prevent a fire, okay? You prevent something bad from happening. You stop it from happening. So Fire Prevention Week, okay? This is where we learn about how to be safe. Okay, let's circle these words. How to be safe, okay, and not start fires, because fires are very, very dangerous, okay? So the fire department comes during Fire Prevention Week, and they teach us how to be safe in case we have a fire, okay? On the day the fire truck comes, I'll be the one to squirt the hose. Squirt is like if you squeeze the hose and water comes out, okay, it's squirting. Squirting is like fast water, okay? It's just like, okay? You can also squirt toothpaste, like when you squeeze your toothpaste tube when you're gonna brush your teeth, and you squeeze the toothpaste and it's like all over the toothbrush, and you're like, uh-oh, and you have to wash it down the sink before your mom comes. That's squirting, okay? So on the first day the fire truck comes, I'll be the one to squirt the hose, okay? So why would we want to squirt the hose? What happens when we squirt the hose? Yep, everyone gets wet, okay? So we want to get our friends wet with the fire hose, okay? Do you think you would want to be the first one to squirt the hose if a fire truck came to your school? Yeah, Teacher Anya would too. It's super fun, okay? All right, let's keep reading. We'll take a field trip. A field trip is a special trip where your class goes together somewhere interesting to learn about something new. So where are some places that you can take a field trip? Let's write them down. Yeah, we can take a field trip to the zoo, okay? Or we could take a field trip to a park, okay? Or maybe a historical landmark. A historical landmark is someplace where an important piece of history happened, okay? So this could be like a museum or like an important site where something happened in history. So there's lots of places where we can go on field trips, okay? And when you go on a field trip, to go into the field just means to go outside or go to a place where something happened, okay? So you're not you're not walking into a bunch of grass. Field can also mean a place where something happened, okay? So let's get our spotlight. We'll take a field trip to someplace really cool, okay? In English, we say something is cool when it's fun, okay? So it doesn't mean that it's cold, okay? It just means that it's fun, okay? So when you go somewhere cool or you do something cool, you're doing something fun, okay? We'll take a field trip to someplace really cool. Are they in a spaceship? Anti means against, okay? So anti-gravity. Gravity is what holds us onto the ground so we don't float away like in space. Anti-gravity chamber. Chamber is like a room. Okay, it means room. So this is a no gravity room. So where there is no gravity, we float. So in this special room, we can float around like we're in space. And these anti-gravity chambers, they actually exist. You can go inside of them and float around. It's very expensive, but very, very fun. So you can really do this. I don't know if you can do it in China, but in the United States, you can do it. So anti-gravity chamber would make a really cool field trip because we could see what it would be like to be an astronaut, and that would be really interesting. Okay. All right, what happens next? We go to the Harvest Festival. Okay, so harvest is when we bring in all of the things that we've grown in the summertime. We harvest them and we store our food. We put away our food for the winter time, okay? So at harvest, which is in the autumn time, okay, in the fall, we put away our food, okay? So Harvest Festival. Festival means that we're celebrating something. So in this case, we're celebrating the harvest, okay? So why are these kids dressed like fruits and vegetables? Yeah, they're representing the things that we're harvesting, the things that we grew and that we're putting away for the winter, okay? So we have tomatoes and an apple and a carrot, and behind here, these are what are called sheaves of wheat, okay? So this is wheat that we make bread from, okay? I hope I won't be a vegetable in our school play, okay? Why would she not want to be a vegetable? What's so bad about being a vegetable? A vegetable is very healthy, okay? So teacher Anya thinks she would want to be a carrot in the school play because I think it would be very, very fun to be a carrot and be very orange. What would you want to be in the school play? What fruit or vegetable would you want to be? Yeah, something cool, right? Okay, good. So I hope I won't be a vegetable in our school play. All right, fantastic. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's read here. I want to take the class pet home for winter break. Okay, so does your classroom at school have a pet? Do you have an animal that you keep in your classroom? In the United States, this is very common to keep a pet in the classroom. Usually it's a rabbit or a hamster, something very small. And every week a different kid in the class gets to take the animal home for the weekend and take care of it because during the weekend there's no one in school. So the animal would get very hungry and very thirsty if it did not have someone to take care of it. So where is our class pet in this picture? There's some clues here. There's a carrot. Okay, so I think our class pet is right here. And what is our class pet? Yeah, it's a rabbit. Very good. It's a rabbit. So rabbits eat carrots. Okay, so she hopes that she's one of the lucky kids that gets to take their class pet home for winter break. So she would have the rabbit for a whole week because winter break is very long, okay? So I want to take the class pet home for winter break. Very good. Okay. Here's a big cake and a pony. A pony is a very small horse and a bunch of balloons. Do you think that it is someone's birthday? Yeah, right? Okay, everyone looks very excited. Our mom will bring a birthday surprise to school, okay? Surprise is something that we are not expecting, okay? We don't know it's going to happen. So in this case, her mom is bringing a big cake and a pony so they can go and ride on the pony and a bunch of balloons. So this is a big surprise because we didn't know that there was going to be a pony for our birthday or a big cake or a bunch of balloons. So our mom surprised us with these things, okay? So our mom will bring a birthday surprise to school, okay? And then all the kids will want to see what it is because it'll be so cool. Okay, it's snowing and here's a snowman. That's a pretty big snowman. I hope we get at least one snow day. Okay, a snow day is where there's so much snow that school is closed and you get to stay home and play in the snow because on a snow day, all the roads are covered in snow and cars cannot drive. So people get to stay home from work and they get to stay home from school. And this happens a lot in some parts of the United States, okay? So kids always hope for a snow day so that they can stay home and play, okay? So I hope we get at least one snow day, okay? So at least means we hope there's more than one, okay? So I hope we get more than one snow day. This year, I'll win the science fair. Okay, let's read this sentence one more time. This year, I'll win the science fair. Okay. The science fair is where we kids build something that shows something scientific. Okay. So they might build a robot, or maybe they build an experiment that shows us something that's happening that's science. And they have a competition at the school for who can build the most interesting thing at the science fair. So he's hoping that he wins first place, okay, the best prize at the science fair. And what has he built? Yeah, he's built a little factory. And what does it make? It makes dog bones, okay? So it makes bones for dogs to eat. So this is a very, very good idea that he's done for the science fair. And he's won first prize for it. So this is awesome. So they hope they build the winning idea at the science fair, okay? I hope I'll make friends in my new school, okay? Have you ever gone to a new school where you were the new kid and nobody knew who you were? Yeah, teacher Anya's done that too. It's kind of scary because you don't have any friends on the first day and you don't know anyone. So you have to make friends. You have to get new friends. So she hopes that she'll make friends in her new school. So how are they making friends? Are they playing together? Yeah, they're playing a game with 2 jump ropes. And we call this game in English a very special name. This is called double dutch, okay? So when you play with 2 jump ropes, it's really, really hard to jump. But this is called double dutch. So these girls are playing double dutch, okay? They're playing double dutch on the playground. And this is a very popular game in the US. There's lots of songs that you sing while you jump, and you jump over 2 ropes at the same time. It's really, really hard. And sometimes you have 2 people jumping. So because there's 2 of everything, this is double. Double means 2, okay? So double dutch. Okay, all right. When the nurse measures me, I'll be tall, okay? So he wants to get taller. Why? Yeah, he wants to show that he's growing up, okay? So when the nurse measures me, I'll be tall, okay? I will have gotten bigger. Wow, he's really tall. Look at that. He's so tall, he fits behind my picture. Okay, so he's the tallest kid in his school. So that's really, really tall. Okay, do you think you'd want to be that tall? Probably not, right? Okay, this is very beautiful. So they're with their teacher and they're in a big park with a lot of nature. There's like cherry blossoms and butterflies, right? This is very beautiful. Okay, so what do we hope for here? I hope our butterflies will hatch. Okay, I hope our butterflies will hatch. Hatch means to come out of an egg, okay, or come out of a chrysalis. A chrysalis is where butterflies live before they become butterflies, okay? They go into the chrysalis and they are there for like a month and they become from a caterpillar to a butterfly. So we hope that they will come out of their chrysalis and hatch and fly away, okay? So hatching for birds or for insects or anything that comes out of an egg is like being born for them, okay? So instead of saying, I hope our butterflies will be born, we're going to say we hope they hatch because they're in an egg, they're in a chrysalis, so they need to come out. And when you come out of something, you are hatching, okay? So I hope our butterflies will hatch. Me too. That would be so beautiful, okay? So see these little pods here? These little things that are hanging on the tree? These are what I was talking about. These are called chrysalis in English, almost like crystal, but chrysalis. Okay, so chrysalis are where butterflies and moths come from. They grow in a chrysalis, okay? All right, so that's where they hatch from. Wow, there's a lot happening here in this classroom, okay? It's like chaos. Okay, we'll have skateboard day, okay? Awesome, very fun. Skateboards are super fun. This is a skateboard. Okay. They're really, really fun. Do you have a skateboard? You might have a skateboard or you might have a scooter, right? So they'll have skateboard day, which means they can ride their skateboards inside the school. Do you think that's a good idea? It'd be fun, right? You could go down the stairs and into your classroom. So they're going to ride their skateboards inside the school, okay? And things are going to fly around like their notebooks and their papers and their pens. So this is going to be a very crazy day in the school, okay? We'll have skateboard day. I won't lose things in my desk, okay? What do you lose in your desk? Does your desk look like this desk? No, this desk is very messy. So do you think you would lose a lot of things if you had a desk like this? You would not be able to find them. You would lose them. Yeah, this desk is crazy messy. I don't think I would like to have a desk like this. This is too hard to find anything. It's hard to see. Okay, so I won't lose my pencil in my super messy desk. Okay. Do you think that your teacher would let you have a desk like this? No way. Okay. All right. The principal will do something crazy. Okay. The principal of our school will do something crazy. What do you think the principal is doing? We don't know, but look at all these kids. And this girl is taking a picture. So we don't know. Let's find out what the principal's going to do. Okay. So what does the sign say? Let's read it together. Read 100 books and the principal will kiss a pig. Mwah. So these kids had to read 100 books and then their principal would he'd kiss a pig. So this is what we call in English a dare, okay? A dare means that if somebody does something, you will do something crazy in return, okay? So these kids gave their principal a dare that if they read 100 books, he would kiss a pig, and they won. They read 100 books. So he has to kiss a pig. Do you think this is very gross? Right? Are pigs very dirty? Would you want to kiss a pig? Yeah. So this is a very, very brave principal, okay? He's definitely like reading. Okay. My report card will be perfect. Okay, so I'll have very good grades. My report card shows my mom and dad all of my subjects. So math, English, Chinese, maybe science, maybe history, and my scores in all of these subjects. Okay, so I have an A. I'm super smart if I have all A's. Okay, so my report card, my marks will be perfect. Okay, so in American English, we call this a report card. Some other countries in English call these marks, okay? They mean the same thing. It's your grades, okay? So your grades or your marks are how well you're doing in a class. So this girl is doing really well because she has all A's, which is like the best grade that you can get, okay? So we've sat on our rug and we've told each other all of the things that we hope will happen in the school year that will make it really good. Then our teacher told us her wish. I'll get to know each one of you. So her wish is that she gets to know all of her students really well, that she gets to be friends with them and help them learn. Okay, so that's a very nice wish. She wants to be a very good teacher for her students. Okay, so she wants to get to know, she wants to understand her students one by one, okay? All right, so here's our pictures that we drew of all the things we hope will happen this year. So here's the pig, the pony, the dog eating the homework, the fire truck where you're gonna squirt the water, pretending to be an astronaut in space, not wanting to be a carrot in the school play, okay? And what do we say when we look at all these pictures? This year will be the best, okay? This year will be the best. Okay, and she says, bye-bye. Okay. So I want you to think about how this year will be your best school year ever. And I want you to write down some of the things that are making your school year really, really good. So you got a lot of ideas from the story in your head, okay? So we want you to think about how this year is going to be a really great year for you and how you're going to do really, really good things. So write these things down and then talk to your mom and dad about it at dinner time tonight, okay? And you can tell them, I hope all of these things will happen to me this year and it'll make my school year really, 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 really good, okay? So you can tell your mom and dad all about this. You did a very good job today reading this book. Teacher Anya is very proud of you and she will see you next time, okay? Good job reading today. And don't forget to write down all of the things you wish will make your year very good, okay? See you next time. Bye-bye.